Is Darrell Doucette really the best flag football quarterback? Will Karlaftis prove his worth this season? And who will be the next breakout player for the Kansas City Chiefs? All of this next on Gridiron Gambit.
Welcome, Chiefs Kingdom. Thanks for tuning in to this Red Kingdom Media production, bringing you raw, authentic Chiefs coverage. Make sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date on your team. Now sit back and enjoy the show.
Let's work. Hey.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Gridiron Gambit. I'm your host, Dilly Dale Fowler, along with my partners for this evening. We got Dre joining us for this episode, and we got my boy Lonnie. How y'all doing tonight, man?
I'm good. I'm good. Excited.
Yes, sir. I'm good.
I mean, y'all excited. That was a little delay with talking. I guess y'all just too ready to get into these topics tonight, huh? That's what we ready.
I mean, I was trying to let Dre go first. We didn't want to step on each other, bro. So we just
didn't want to.
Yeah.
No, I think the other excuse would be. I think we're excited for this first topic. Let's go into that one. Let's just go ahead and start with that one. Doucette versus Mahomes. All right. So, flag football star Darrell Doucette feels Team USA flag football team should represent and have the chance to make the 2028 flag football Olympic roster. He even mentioned last season that he was better than Patrick Mahomes as a flag football quarterback. You know, they had a lot of Chiefs fans up in arms about that one. You know, once we hear something, you think you better than our quarterback, it's a big issue. You just put that out there. But just to have a conversation for this evening, a good discussion for tonight, does Doucette make a fair point in expressing his frustrations over the Olympic football roster?
I think he has a good point. When it comes to some technicalities of the game, there's definitely some different aspects in flag football that's probably not incorporated into your regular football game, being that it's played with pads and it's a different game and it's refed a little bit different. So I think he does have some truth in what he's saying as far as Mahomes not being better than him when it comes to that type of game, because there are some different technicalities. However, I do just want to make a point that the game has changed. There's not as much contact in our game as it used to be previously. You see a lot of more 7-on-7 football from the Pee Wee level all the way up to the collegiate to the NFL level now. It's not a lot of contact at all. So I would say probably 4 to 8 years ago, that probably would have been an even truer statement. But I think as of today and how the game is reffed and how we raise our kids now with less and less contact, and more 7-on-7 football, I think that you're going to start to get kids that are just a little bit more advanced, especially like the kids like the two kids that we see on the NCAA college football cover this year. Who is that? Ryan Williams and Jeremiah Smith. You know, those are like youth 7-on-7 kids. They were literally raised in non-padded football, and that the wide receiver is just like come to fruition. That's just kind of the world that we live in now. It's just like OT7 and that type of stuff. So his what he's saying is not, I don't think is incorrect, but I'm just, as far as the non-contact that not only that we have in Pee Wee through college, but also in the NFL now with those guys not being able to touch each other really through all the way until training camp. So and then to like the middle of training camp, they can barely hit, and then they have to stop hitting. I think it's going to be harder to say that statement holds true.
Man, look, flag football and actual tackle football are two totally different things. Obviously, we all know that. That's their lane. I get it. I mean, he won a gold medal for the United States in 22 World Games. They won 4 world titles in a row at the Flag Football Men Football World Championship. I look at it like this. If you feel that you're that good, you feel like a lot of the NFL players are gonna have to make an adjustment to playing flag football. Only thing difference to me is some of the rules, but not all the rules. I mean, some of the rules is just it's the same almost. A lot of them just probably will be playing both sides of the football field. Because Doucette, he plays both sides. But he's the most valuable player. I feel like if they're gonna do it, okay, give their best 7 against the NFL's best 7. That's how I look at it. If y'all want a chance, I feel like y'all should do that then. That's my take on it. I mean, he said he's better than Pat Mahomes, and he builds his game based on of Mike Vick. That's what he says. He calls himself the flag football Mike Vick, basically.
Okay.
And I mean, he got some wheels on him. I mean, it's different. I mean, you got to move certain ways to keep people from pulling your flags and stuff like that. But I mean, it's a reason why everybody's hyped about seeing. I mean, Pat Mahomes. Everybody would rather see Pat Mahomes as a quarterback or Joe Burrow or CJ Stroud or Jalen Hurts or anybody like that at quarterback than Doucette. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a money grab. It's money. I mean, popularity, honestly. Again, so I mean, he got an argument. He got an argument that they should play. They should at least get a chance to play because of the work that they've already put in with them winning 4 in a row, and they've already been a gold medal in the 22 World Games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they deserve a chance to at least play. But hell, put them up against the NFL's best 7 and see what they do. That's what I say.
Did you see what I said in the group earlier? Before I'm gonna let you go before I actually go, Dre. I put a suggestion in there. Check it out if you did, because it will actually make sense. It'll be in my point before I get into it. But Lonnie, go ahead.
I was just gonna say this is kind of reminiscent of what I think I was just watching this weekend. If anybody's seen the doc of the USA team versus the select team, it came to a point in time in the NBA, on the NBA side of things, where the USA was getting beat. They were putting teams together that weren't able to compete. They weren't using NBA players. They were using a whole bunch of these random dudes just all over from the United States. And it came a point in time where they were like, no, we got to change this. And I think this is kind of just the NFL getting ahead of that mantra instead of getting caught up and losing and getting embarrassed by Russia or getting embarrassed by who believes or one of these other countries. You kind of just get ahead of it and put your stars in the forefront and kind of get ahead of that battle and right that shit. But however, I will say that does bring a good battle to the forefront that we probably would never see, just like that game that they're speaking of, where Grant Hill played, Michael Jordan, you had Penny Hardaway, a ton of different college guys came in and just they kind of worked over Michael Jordan and them, which would later be named the Dream Team. This would kind of be reminiscent of that, but I don't know if we would ever see it. But like Dre said, that would make for a good story to have the NFL stars playing the gold medal team to see who's going to represent the United States in the Olympics.
That
would be a story to tell.
I got some great suggestions because I'm over here kind of itching to say it now because as we're talking about it. I think at the end of the day, I think we all agree that we just want to see Patrick Mahomes try to throw it to Jamar Chase because they talk stuff all the time, but they really like the best at their position. And Justin Jefferson, you know what I'm saying? We want to see Tyreek out there just literally lining up with some of the Africans that, compare themselves to Usain Bolt and seeing like, are y'all that fast? Like, I'm for real. Like, I think we obviously just want to see them go out there just like out the water. This is for our entertainment value. This is what I'm about to say. You're right, bro. Because when you caught me with that flag football Michael Vick, you said he was saying himself like that. I'm not going to lie. I think I'm going to take Michael Vick in a flag football game, like in his prime before Patrick Mahomes. Just because of his level of athleticism, his eliteness with, like, of course, his speed, being a mobile quarterback like that. And for a left-handed quarterback, too, it's a flashy game. We just seen it. Like, you said it already, like, Lonnie, like, this is OT7. Like, Patrick Mahomes, when it comes to 11-on-11 football in the NFL with pads on, you're not better than him. And he still will be a top guy in flag football just because he's flashy as well, too. Like, he's one of those guys that he plays football. Like, he plays sports. Like, he goes outside, he tries whatever, he doing all of this because guess what? He's not the fastest. But those guys who's not the fastest sometimes are sometimes best. They have the best IQ. They move like that. You said you had that. Or are you gonna bring it?
Well,
I mean, he won a championship. He won to go middle. You're right.
I mean, last year when they brought it up, Doucette said his IQ is better than Pat Mahomes.
He did say that.
So, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like, all right, cool. You feel like y'all deserve a chance. All right, like I said, man, 7-on-7, y'all the select team or whatever. If y'all come out here and y'all whoop us, then y'all whooped it. probably still won't even happen though. Honestly, I mean, because somebody is like you think.
It's a money.
Think that if you think Pat Mahomes go out there and Pat Mahomes lose to Darrell Doucette and his team, you don't think Pat Mahomes and them not gonna play still?
Well, no, they will play, but I'm saying it will make for a story. The story would be ridiculous.
They can't have bench players though.
We would get a story like we got for the select team. That's what I'm saying, Dre.
I would like to know
that story. It would be a story like that. Like, let me tell you about this one day where the flag football team for the United States came in and beat the NFL representatives.
We still, but do we? I think we still need I feel like we still need a bench. I would love to still have another 7 that go out there and travel. You know what I'm saying?
They ain't gonna want to sit on the bench though, because I mean they gonna feel like if
we really like that, I'm gonna go into our examples of like how we can do this to actually discuss that, see how y'all feel about it. But bro, I mean, like, if we this raw, right? I'm talking about we're blowing out Brazil like 50-6. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, let them get a couple reps in. Like, stop playing. Like, y'all not. You see about the playing.
I get what you're saying, but it's like I get what Dre's saying too. It's kind of like Cooper Flag went crazy this year on the USA team. But it was like they didn't put him on it today. He still didn't make the team. I think what's messed up with this situation is they were good and they were representing the United States, right? But these guys are way bigger names, and they're gonna bring.
And Cooper Flag gonna be in the league this year, and he still wasn't selected.
I'm just saying, I think that's why they will get slighted like that. They were not. You're not gonna get the nod just because we would rather fill them. We would make our reserves. We would rather make those guys like Darius Slay, or we'd rather make fill those spots with names that are kind of a little bit more known and
at least being the USFL at least. Like you could, but like we said, we're disrespecting it because it's a sport. Go ahead and say what you said, Dre, so I can go to examples real quick.
I mean, I see the difference. I mean, because both my kids. My kid, one kid plays tackle football. My daughter, she plays flag football. So I can tell. So I watch both games for firsthand, and it's I don't know the rules. Only thing difference really is, man, is there's no pads, man. There's no pads.
And you can't stiff arm and stuff like that. Like
you can't flag guard and all that other stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, it's still offense versus defense, man. You got to stop me from scoring. And honestly, bro, but the NFL has already basically moved to that when it came to the Pro Bowl. That's a flag football.
That's where I think, like, bro, they kind of been working on the rules and been doing it already. If you're paying attention to the league like that, like, yes. So, but this is my examples real quick. Okay. So I said for the Pro Bowl, have them come out, bring their team, right? We have a lot of selections for the Pro Bowl, right? Make it tournament style. You can prove yourself against multiple NFL teams. Can you make it through that gauntlet? Can you? This would be interesting. Like, for real. Because you're not going to get some of the people back out anyway, right? Who knows? Maybe this Pro Bowl, if you make them come, the stars be like, nah, we want to be a part of this. We want to shut Cuz up. We want to shut him up. You know, I think that brings some ratings. And what happened? They go through some of those teams, get to the championship game. You going against the best of the best group. But I think that would be entertaining to where they could be like, we told y'all, everybody can't do this.
It would definitely be entertaining, but I just think I think they just go with the best. Because being that they won a gold medal, like you say, you got to give them a chance, right? You can't we can't just totally say no, y'all don't get a shot at all. So I just think, and I don't think the NFL players are going to be like playing a whole bunch of games up to the trials in order to try and show you that.
No, this is a Pro Bowl tournament though. This is for that. Now, I was going to say that was my next conversation. That was my next example because they do trials and stuff for everywhere else, right? Flag football in the offseason, I mean, you got 4 years up into the next one, right? So you have a dedicated offseason, and so they always do it, the year or two before, like it actually happened. So if you do have different teams that want to represent, because this is the thing, the people that y'all think is the best in the NFL that y'all want to go compete, other dudes going to be like, bro, I can do this better than them. I should go up there. What you talking about? What? Like, how many number one guys we're seeing getting paid as wide receivers who think they're that? So, I don't care if Jamar Chase got $40.25 million. I don't care if he feel like and he talk and we see statistically he's the best. I'm just being real. They gonna look like what? It's me. I'm still better than him. No matter. Like this is competitive nature. You know what I'm saying? So to make it feel better, all right, like you know how we're gonna pick the best of the best for the NFL. They're gonna have to try out, right? They're gonna have to do something to get that 7.
Yeah.
Cause if Jamar Chase really feel how you feel about Patrick Mahomes, he probably won't even want him as a quarterback if he really feel like that for Joe Burrow, who will probably get ate the heck up in a flag football game. Not gonna lie. You
I
know, you
mean,
still got
Jamar
those
Chase.
moments.
Jamar Chase.
I think some, like you said, I think it'll kind of weed itself out, but they'll definitely have trials and stuff. But
Something.
I'm just saying, as far as like giving those guys a chance, just from all fair aspects of it, thinking of it, let's just not wipe Doucette and them clean, because that's kind of scandalous. Let's at least give them a chance. But like I said, we should be privy to that game, but just because they might get exposed, I don't think we're gonna be able to see it ever. Just because like they ain't never really played before, like they ain't never played it, and they about to play against some guys that's kind of like at a high level like them. They're like probably like, all right, but it might be the other way around. They might expose it to like, whoa, the gap is like what we thought. Like, so you just never know, because like they said, it is technicalities in the game where it's like if we really want to start being technical and somebody get into a reffing it and they get real pro-like, it might be some room for exposure in there.
It ain't that much of a difference, man. I mean, the only thing difference is, I mean, you can't rush the quarterback half the time, or on certain plays or whatever. Certain areas of the field, you can't rush the quarterback or whatever. But but all flag football rules are different, obviously, when it comes to these leagues or whatever. Some do some things and some do other things. But I do like Dale's idea of bringing them to the Pro Bowl. I mean, the Pro Bowl views and stuff like that has been slacking anyway, so they've been low for the past few years or whatever. I mean, I think the views been low since they moved from Hawaii to Orlando anyway. But
it don't feel the same. That's why I don't feel the same. It ain't.
I think it's seven. I think it's the flag football.
I'm about to be on some bloodline stuff. About to say Ulafala. Ain't none of that out there. You know, it don't feel like I want to see the pig roasted, you know, like because I wanted to make a trip to go to a Pro Bowl. Before we go, because this is our topic that we usually do at the end, because obviously we're interested in this. Pro Bowl should go back to the end of the season. That way we can see our best players go again.
What you mean, after the Super Bowl?
Yeah. Because if we want them to play at the Pro Bowl and we want the best, if we want Patrick Mahomes out there, we want to see him against that team.
No.
Nah. I mean, you get.
So no more after the Super Bowl.
Nah, I mean, you got players that's just turning down the Pro Bowl anyway. I mean,
nah, bro. Like, I'm gonna have to be on some David Stern. Like, nah, bro, y'all gotta play if y'all selected, bro. Like, I'm not playing.
I mean, because
they
who was
voted for you.
Quarterback? They had Russell Wilson. That's a Pro Bowl quarterback.
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, you know,
after the season he had in Pittsburgh. So
yeah.
I mean,
I wasn't trying to be so disrespectful. Yeah,
I hate that they be like, we want y'all to take our leisure stuff serious, like them in the NBA, the NFL, the NBA. Well, you take it serious. If you take it serious, that's when we gonna start taking it serious. You turn it into a whole bunch of you turned it into a whole bunch of games, and you turned it into 7 on flag football and all of this carnival like stuff. But you want us to take it serious. Same thing with the NBA, and they don't come out and they don't take it serious. You got G League dudes in the dunk contest. When you start taking it serious, we'll start taking it serious. Okay, that's it. Like pay give them some money. You gonna obviously they don't do nothing unless
money don't do nothing no more, because you know they get it for the All-Star game.
Well, they ain't getting it for the dunk contest. They need to up the bag for the dunk contest. I bet you all of them sign up.
Well, I mean, John and them said they was gonna show. They're gonna do it next year. I think Giannis and there was another. It probably was trolling, but I mean,
we gotta put this take out here. Clint Wright has said something crazy. I don't know how I feel about it, Clint. Not gonna lie. Spread NFL games and start season in July. How y'all feel?
Nah.
NFL season in July would be ridiculous. Imagine playing in Florida.
Well, I would like to hear that theory of like, you know, spread out game. Like, how many games are we talking though? Like, I just want to hear the point of it. Like, okay, so like, okay,
But
see
And
two
then
extra
when
games,
would the Super Bowl be?
two a month.
2 games a month?
You know, NFL ain't going for that.
Man.
Going for that.
Yeah, no, they ain't going for that. They trying to add more games as it is now,
Man,
man.
you know, they try to capitalize during that period. They really is. But no, is there anything else y'all want to go ahead and add on to this topic before we do move forward?
No, I just think they do obviously deserve a chance. I mean, when it comes to that, that's their league. I mean, that's their lane, basically. I mean, they've proven to be winners. 7-0 in tournaments. They've gold medal at United States World Games and 4 world titles in a row and stuff like that. So, I mean, they put the work
Really
in
big
for that
respect.
league. So, for that lane. So I think they deserve some type of shot, though. Honestly, but test them out at the Pro Bowl or something, man, or put your best 7 against the team that is selected to be in the United States for the flag football Olympics in 2028. Y'all got your best 7, we got our best 7, and play it. I mean, it probably won't be documented because I mean, we might get the pros might get smoked. So I mean, hey, I don't know.
I don't think it'll be a camera in there, but I don't think we'll see it. But yeah, shout outs to them. I just
We wouldn't see.
Nah,
We would need to see that
we
game, bro.
definitely
And
need to see
that's
it.
much. No,
especially if we just now seeing what happened to Michael Jordan. If we're just now seeing what happened to Michael Jordan and all of the rest of those, we would never. We would never. And he would stop. He would fall off. He wouldn't be talking no more. He'll probably be talking, but it'll be like they'll be like discrediting it. Like, yeah, we don't know. We're not talking about that. We don't know.
But look, this is all right. We are about to move on to the next topic and everything. But wait, let's be honest, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I would love a chance to play for Team USA. Like I promise, I will probably lose weight for that. Take Olympic training serious and really try to get a position, bro. I'm not playing. Like, why not? Y'all on TV every year, bro. Y'all make millions, bro.
I get what you're saying.
Let me just go crazy, yo. Let me go crazy on some dudes that don't play football, bro. For real. Like I'm fat too, and I can get slim for this and really go back into another bag I haven't been back into in a while. And I'm at a good age. Dre, I'm sorry for you, bro. You out of there. But we good now.
I'm pushing 40, bro. I'm 35, man. So it's all good.
Hey, look, LeBron's still playing at 40. So I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
So hey, I'm not gonna age. I'm 2 years away from 30. So no, bro. I'm not gonna talk stuff. You know, we almost there. But before we move into our next topic,
make sure to like and subscribe. Follow us on all our social media platforms at Red Kingdom Media. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Leave a like or comment so we can reply and interact with you and make you a part of the show. If you listen to us on Spotify, please rate us 5 stars so we can increase our reach in the playlist. Follow us and all our contributors on all the social media platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and X. If you'd like to come on and talk Chiefs, message us so we can potentially set that up. Do you enjoy written content? Subscribe to our Substack. We have both a free and a $5 a month subscription and post on there frequently. And if you have any interest in being a contributor on the writing staff, feel free to reach out and we'll be in touch. It would help support the brand if you would purchase our merch, like the shirt that I'm wearing currently. Set up an order for one of these or 2 or 3, and this will allow us to expand our inventory options. Thanks for being a part of this channel, and if there's any partner that's listening to this interested in sponsoring the show or any other content that we produce, please reach out. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back. Now, moving on to our next topic, we got Greek Freakin Underrated. All right. ESPN names defensive end George Karlaftis as one of the league's most underrated players. Last season was considered underwhelming because of the year prior, he had double-digit sacks. So he had 10.5 sacks the year before that Super Bowl year. Karlaftis is looking to come into this season, separating himself from many elite pass rushers in the league. We know it's some that obviously George not going to probably be able to overcome, however, put you in at least that category of those elite pass rushers. So what should his goals be for the 2025 NFL season?
I mean, I think it's simple. He has to solidify himself as the guy opposite of Chris Jones. So many times, I think this year and in previous years, these past 2 years that we've been saying, we need somebody like Charles Omenihu, George Karlaftis isn't going to cut it. Where's Mike Dana? Where are the rest of these guys that we signed? We forgot that we spent the first round pick on George Karlaftis. Not only George Karlaftis, but Trey McDuffie. And we have also asked about Felix and UDK Uzama, but we already kind of knew that was a project situation. However, I think he has to solidify himself as that person. He has to reach back and get to that 10.5 sack type year, kind of get to the double-digit sacks, really to try and solidify himself and become a guy that shows that he's worthy of getting a second contract with the Chiefs. And not getting drawn out. Obviously, as he's seen with Chris Jones, the Chiefs are not quick to really pay those defensive end guys, especially if you're just not really having an anomaly of seasons. And Chris Jones did have some anomaly of seasons, but he also had some down years when he found himself really trying to kind of like in a contract battle and some back and forth with the Chiefs. So I think Karlaftis really just has to kind of come through and start to solidify himself. He definitely has the ability to be an every down rusher. We've seen that last year, but he has his games where he does go quiet, and we won't see him. He won't get a lot of pressure. I mean, he's kind of shut down on that other side, opposite of Chris Jones or whoever he's rushing opposite of. So, I want us to stop asking questions about where's Charles Omenihu, and if we're gonna have any sack help, and just start looking to George Karlaftis and knowing that he's gonna be there opposite of Chris Jones, and we got at least a good 20 sack duo with those two alone. So as it should be, especially if he's going to be talked about, if we're going to start talking about him as one of those guys that we're going to be re-signing and getting a long-term contract to. So I think he has to really start to solidify himself this year, and begin to separate himself. And I think that looks like his previous year with 10.5 sacks and getting some pressure on the quarterback.
I mean, Lonnie basically explained it how I was going to explain it, honestly. I mean, last year, I mean, he had 33 total tackles. He has to get back to that 2023 form where he had 10.5 sacks, 47 tackles, 18 assists, and, pass deflected and stuff like that. 3. He has to obviously solidify himself as that guy. And I think he will. I don't know if he had some nagging injuries or something as to what the fall off was last year, but yeah, I mean, he's an unrestricted free agent in 2027. So unless see a club pickup or whatever, 15
I know.
million.
I think we picked up him in Trent's fifth-year options.
Yeah. So yeah, he has to have a heck of a year this season. Hopefully he stays healthy and everything like that. He ain't really had any health issues or anything, but I just hope that he balls out this year. He has to. I mean, if he wants to stick around, because I mean, Brett Veach ain't paying him like that, man. Unless you come get a deal like you want to take a deal like Nick Bolton or something like that, man. But yeah, man, you got to get more than 6 sacks this past season that you had. So I need at least I need at least 13 sacks from George Karlaftis this season, man. I need 13. Give me 13 and 14.
I'm not gonna lie, Dre. I was gonna up you and say 15. Honestly, just because we're going into the 4th season, and I think last year it wasn't even bad. You just didn't meet the sack requirements that we were expecting you to meet. You got the deflected passes. You stay, like you said, he hasn't had any injury problems. It looks like to us that he's durable, he's good. I'm not looking for him to be on like a Myles Garrett or the Micah Parsons, all those guys level. It's not because he's a white guy, y'all, but I just need him to be Trey Hendrickson. For real. Trey Hendrickson is a consistent mid-sack guy with like between 13 and 17. And he had better seasons. I mean, if we look it up and go into it, and I mean, y'all can fact check me as well, too. I know you're going to be looking at it. So, yeah, let me know what's up. But ever since I saw him in New Orleans, he was a dog. Like, He was elite. And he was definitely. We saw when we played against him. He was elite against us, and the years that he had prior was just phenomenal. That's why he's going through his contract dispute right now. So you did the work. You came in 2022, right? You had 6 sacks. However, you was getting your reps, right? You was getting a little bit of work. You got your feet wet. 2023, when that defense was literally the number 1 defense in the league, got 10.5 sacks. Or top 5 for sure. You had 10.5 sacks. And you look great. It was a decline this year. All right. It was a 2.5 sack decline this year. All right. So we have our years to where we not our best. But for you to be the defensive end of the future for the Kansas City Chiefs, to be the pass rusher of the future for the Kansas City Chiefs, we need you to get back to we ready to get back to them Tom Brady and Justin Houston numbers. We ready to see somebody try to break the sack record who was at 22.5. Justin Houston had a phenomenal year. Tom Holly had phenomenal years here consistently on a regular basis. I'm not placing that on you immediately. But if I'm not mistaken, y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. Tom will climb that ladder every year. That first year was the development year, but his athleticism, the way he was able to do, was phenomenal. It was a dog. Next year, okay, you're starting to see about 2 to 3 sacks a game. Key sacks as well too. Horrible still, still horrible. You know how it is. We there, and then we got that shift into 3-4, 3-5. Oh, now I'm playing a linebacker. Got to cover a little bit, but I am a pass rusher. We saw that transition. Like, as a franchise player, you're going to have to be able to maneuver through times because guess what Chris Jones did? 3-5, 4-3, 4, what was it? 4-2-5, switching inside out. Karlaftis, that was a part of some key positive things that we were looking at. You can get a pass rush in the interior. I think he could do it this year, though. Yeah, I really think he can. I know, like you said, he can't worry about what Aminu is doing. Worry about what he has going on because I think at the same time they're going to want all 4 of them out there at the same time in certain moments. You got to capitalize when Chris got his double team. Charles Aminu got his guy. We got Big Pernell or Tillery or who else? Who we get in the draft as well again? I forgot his name. That defensive tackle. You muted.
Ashton Gelati.
Ashton
right?
Gelati. Like you got those guys who are gonna be taking up another guy that's in the middle. You're gonna have your one-on-one opportunities. You gotta win those up one-on-one opportunities this season. You have to win them. Like, even to the point if it's like you don't get my 15, but you get like 11 or 12, but your pressures is crazy because how you making them get flushed out the pocket because it's not you fighting with the guy for a minute. They go to the outside. You have great containment and get a sack. I want to see more work with beating him off the snap, bullying him towards the quarterback. You had a couple times. Straight inside out. All that. Where you're getting pressure and that left tackle, right tackle can't do nothing with you. That's what we're waiting to see. I know that's what we're waiting to see. What you gotta add to that?
I mean, like you said, it's up to George. I think this is the year to make a break. So you got to go get it done. Like we said, we no more flagging down Charles Omenihu. So we shouldn't be asking any questions. It should be solely on him. He's the guy.
Yeah, he. I don't know. I think it was just to me. I was looking at the numbers just in general in NFL. I mean, after Trey Henderson, who had 17.5 sacks, next was Myles Garrett with 14. And he had Nick Bonito with 13.5. So, Yeah, Karlaftis got to give me at least 13
Yeah,
and a half this season.
you would have been in those numbers, top 10 at least, top 7. You know
Yeah,
that
I don't know. It could just be how they guarded our guys as far as like how they schemed up against. I mean, Chris Jones only had 5 sacks last year.
Yeah, he did. Like Chris Jones had, you know, not one of his best years at all. But I think with, of course, the time he has been with in Kansas City, and the years that we saw where he did have those league years, it's just time. It is like, hey,
Yeah.
we didn't see him have where it's like, because last season did he not fight for that extra sack just to get paid? So
yeah,
honestly, once he got paid, what we pay you for? Conversation for another day.
Yeah,
Not today.
Not today. That's another can of worms because usually guys start to decline after they get paid. They got paid for previous years. That's usually what it is, and that's kind of what
he got about two. Well, he had 2 contracts though.
He got 2 contracts if you want to count that 1-year deal. But
because he had one big contract, that 4-year 80.
Either way, we seen the decline. He got to get right too. 5 sacks for somebody that just got paid is not gonna cut it, G. And you sitting up in there in the booth with your agents. So we won a Super Bowl. It was great, but it ain't been good.
He got paid after he had that 15 and a half season sack, but the last 2 years combined, he's had 15 and a half. So
that year was 2022 he had 15 and a half though? Like I feel like it was one of them Super Bowl seasons. I was like, he had 15 and a half.
He had 15 and a half, but I mean, in 2023, he got 10 and a half, but he only played.
So that's 25. That's 26. That's 26 totals in 2 years.
We're not counting about 2 years. We count 1 year, just like we doing George. 5 sacks is not going to cut
statistic people do that, bro. Y'all don't say no with PFF.
And how much money was he making last year? He was one of the highest paid players on the roster. So no, absolutely not. That was horrible. Yeah. So but I think him and Mahomes took pay cuts.
I say,
we say all that to say they willing to help the team too. So, but Chris Jones got to get it together. We talking about
he know what it is.
But
I need double-digit sacks from him this year too, bro. I was a big advocate of him getting paid.
Look, let me say this. At least if one of them have a double-digit sack season, bro, we won a Super Bowl. So what it been like the last 2 years?
I don't care, man.
We need both of them to do that.
Yeah, if we pay y'all, if y'all want to get Chris Jones getting the money he getting paid, and Karlaftis gonna want to get paid. He getting paid $15 million with the player option if they picked up the team option or whatever. Mm-hmm. I need more production. I need double-digit sacks from.
Yeah, he gotta get double-digit sacks. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
4th year.
Myles Garrett had 14. Nick Bonito 13 and a half, and he a dog in Denver. I ain't even gonna lie to you. He a dog. Daniil Hunter had 12. I mean, come on, we got to do better, man. Michael Parsons had 12. TJ Watt 11 and a half.
So what do you say about his tenure in Kansas City? Has his tenure in Kansas City been underwhelming, or has he at least stayed within expectations?
Who, Karlaftis?
Yes. He gone on year 4. He had year 3. So year 1 he had 6. Year 2 he had 10.5, and then this year he had 8.
Well, he's on the decline right now. He going backwards. He going the wrong way. He only 20. He only 24.
That's true. You nearly you had a 4.5 sack jump within the first season. So when we're talking about the NFL's analytics, when we talk about numbers, the expectation for the next year, they expecting 4 more after that.
We know how this is going to go though. It's a contract. He's going to want that big money. So usually what players do when it comes time for the big money, and he's going to basically say, well, I produced this. This is what I produced for y'all. I'm going to need my money. And he's going to he might have 15 and a half sacks this season because he going to want his bag. He want to secure his family's future. So he's going to
still might have to wait because you still gonna have to wait because we're gonna have to get Trent McDuffie. He got that within his first couple seasons. So, and he was an all-pro as well too. Yep. So he has a little bit more to argue about.
him moving back on the inside is good for him because I didn't like him being on the outside at all. So.
It wasn't cute though. It wasn't it. That wasn't that. I feel you a little bit. Was he horrible? Nah, he wasn't horrible.
Nah.
But you a dog in the inside. When you're able to, kind of play around how you want, he's a high IQ individual, but I think we play best when we have that size on the outside. So Jalen Washington, you definitely gotta be healthy this season. And then hopefully Fulton, he steps up and he's not as horrible as he was with the Los Angeles Chargers. They say it's some upside. Hey, look, we gotta talk a little bit of we can't be. I mean, once he get cooked in my eyes in the Chiefs uniform, all right, you know me, I gotta give him a chance. So he not feeling games, we good. We'll figure something out. Our guy Marcus Peters was like that.
Well, yeah, he was a ball hawk though. He gambled.
Yeah, he was,
and he got his picks.
He had nice interceptions. He had a couple of interceptions last season though.
Man, I know Xavier Worthy got up on him. So, like I said, another topic for the
he did.
Yeah.
Hey, you ain't gotta go against for this year though. Hey, you don't gotta worry. We ain't playing the Dolphins this year. We good. Okay, so it's not. It's a lot of speed receivers in the league. We don't gotta worry about that. He's gonna have to see some. It don't matter. It don't matter. It's a new league. Anything else y'all want to say on this before we move on to the next topic?
Nah, man. I just need double-digit sacks from Karlaftis this year, man. Like I said, 13.5. That's trending in the right direction for me. But I can't have a single-digit sack season from Karlaftis this year. If so, then I mean.
That tells us where we at.
Let him walk. You let him test the market, man, or whatever, man. And Trent McDuffie gonna get the bag before he does. So
yeah,
whatever. Unless he has a 15 to a 20 season sack this season, man. So it's like I don't know, but we'll see.
If he get 20 season, if he get 20 sacks this season, yeah, they might have to give him a contract just to get it over with, just to Trent,
But then again, you never know.
You never know.
Because he might be inconsistent after that. You get that 20 sack, and he might go back to 6. So,
you go to. I'm gonna be honest. Once you get 20.5 or anything like that, I think you should be in double digits for at least that prime of your career. Once you on the decline, okay, I can get it. You just here getting in, supporting the roster, supporting the unit that just need a couple extra bodies, need that veteran experience. Gotcha. But like in your prime, if you touch that 20.5, yeah, well, you gotta stay 10 plus. Because at that point you separate yourself and show yourself as an elite pass rusher. You do. Yeah, like you're getting those numbers, only the top of the top does that. So that's going to be the expectation moving forward. Like anything you want to say before you go?
No, he know what he got to do.
All right, yep. Let's see what happens. Good luck, George Karlaftis. That's I'm coming with that with the rounds for the day. Feeling good. All right, let's move on to the next topic before I, hype myself a little bit more. We got the next cheap to eat. Ooh. Who will be the breakout player for the Kansas City Chiefs this upcoming season?
Are we picking? Is it supposed to be anybody? I'm going Rashi Rice. I'm taking him off the table. Taking him off the table. I don't care.
Can we be a little bit more?
Nope. It should have been. Yeah, it wasn't that broad. I'm going Rashi Rice. He's the next one. We've seen it last year. I know he's coming off an injury. We don't know what he looks like. It may be up in the air. But I'm going ahead and go put it on the flow. I think 4 is going to be the next one. He's going to be the Uno on our team. He'll be the number 1 wide receiver. I think he's going to take the spot of Travis Kelce, the offensive run around him. He'll be the engine that keeps the Chiefs going. And until he comes back fully, I think it'll be Xavier Worthy. It'll kind of be the pond of the offense to get everything ran around him. But I think as far as the breakout player this year, I'm going. Rashi Rice is going to be the person I think that takes the torch. Not even takes the torch, snatches the torch out of Travis Kelce's hand and sits him down and go ahead and lets him ride off into the sunset. But I'm going with 4. I think Rashi Rice. I'm going Rashi Rice.
But you said Xavier Worthy too, so that's cheating. Like, so we low key can't say
No, I'm saying
nobody.
I think it'll run around. The offense will run around him until Ford gets back. But once he gets back, it's Rashi Rice's offense all the way.
It's cool. I didn't have mine yet anyway. I was just gonna see what y'all was gonna say first. So let's see. So I can choose.
For me, it's a contract year for him, and his future's dependent on this season. So I'm gonna go Pacheco. I think Pacheco might have a heck of a season. I mean, he had 310 yards last season, man. And the year before that, he had 935 rushing yards.
Supposed to be 1,000.
He was close to 1,000. You know, the Chiefs ain't had 1,000-yard rusher since, I want to say, Kareem Hunt in 2017, 2018. So
18, yes.
We need, I think Pop's career is dependent on this season, bro. I mean, I get it. We got some running backs in the running back room, but Kareem Hunt gets a full training camp. He gets a full off season. But I mean, Kareem Hunt he's definitely the smarter. He has the IQ. He's that veteran that we need in that locker room as far as like, running, like hitting the holes and falling forward and not fumbling the ball and everything like that. But Pacheco's a younger guy. He's a fresher guy, man. So you use Kareem Hunt in the wintertime, bro. Like, nobody wants to tackle Kareem Hunt in the wintertime, bro. When it's cold, you see Kareem Hunt hitting that hole, bro. You're like, bro, I'm not trying to tackle this big dude, bro. So I think that Pacheco is going to have a bounce back season. I don't think he'll get 1,000 yards, but I think he can get close to it. I think he'll improve in the rushing. I'm not in the pass catching. I think with the Chiefs bringing in Mitchell, and then you got Brashad Smith, and then obviously you got Kareem Hunt as well. I think that could light a fire up under Pacheco this season. So I'm gonna go Pop this year, man. I think he gonna pop out and show him. What can you say? So
I mean, y'all got some good selection. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna go to the opposite side of the ball. I'm gonna go with Jaden Hicks. I think with us not going with the safety, not bringing in someone in the free agency as well too. He must have showed them something last season that they liked, and I liked it as well too. Not only does he like to hit, he played for the ball as well, and that energy he brings. George Pickens didn't even do nothing with you. I'm just gonna be real. Like,
you saw it. You saw it. He a YN.
What's
He a
up?
YN. He a YN. You already know.
I'm that too, bro. Like, it's whatever. Like, we can get it cracking.
Exactly.
It's whatever you want to do. Like that's all. So, like, he bring that type of energy. I think we'd be fine. And I think we might see something better within the secondary as well too, just because of the work that you'll be getting in. Of course, competing with Patrick Mahomes every day. But it's not like you have anybody young in the secondary. Everybody pretty much can hold their own if we're set up right. You got Jalen Watson, not injured. We saw what he did the first half of the season before he had that energy. He was locking his side up. Nothing was going on over there. Trip McDuffie held his own as well too. He was a little bit better in that first portion of the season before he got hurt, and he had to really start being out there because the guys that we had under him wasn't great. So I think with having that type of support this season, even though we do have a Shamari Connor that's out there, and of course we always like to if he's not even on the roster right now, Deion Bush, then we know what they are. Like, this ain't special team guys, and then Shamari Connor, he actually gives work within the defense. But Jaden Hicks, he's it. I think when drafting the safety, and you had your Juwan Thornhills, you had your Brian Cooks, and Brian Cook, he's going to hold it down on the other side as well. He was injured last season. He was trying to get back under his footing. Hopefully, he can recover better than what we saw with Juwan Thornhill, and he can do his part. But Jaden Hicks, he's the age you want him to be. He's young already. He can develop within your scheme working with Spagnuolo. We ain't saying Eric Berry, but working with your defensive coordinator for those years, if he's here throughout that time, if you elevating your game to that level, we like our safeties. Like if we get the ones that's good, we rocking with you. We got the Tyrons and the Justin Reeds, even though Justin Reeds not that old. To me, I feel like he could still be your side. I mean, yeah, like they were good. You see, we didn't release them. We kept them throughout their entire contract. They was worth the money that they received. But now this is, I know y'all hate Beach for it. This is his inside guys now. So I drafted them. I know, Dre, you don't like it. I do this on
No,
purpose.
Hicks. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hicks is definitely a favorite of mine on the defense. I said it last year watching him play, because you brought up two former safeties. Hicks is a combination. If you watch him, and I said it a few times last year, he's a combination of a Tyrann Mathieu and Eric Berry.
Yep.
He hits the hole. He's smart. He has high IQ, and he also seeks out the ball as well, like a ball hawking safety. So he's a ball hawking safety. So he's like a hybrid safety almost. And yeah, I'm a big fan of his, dog. I might give me a 21 jersey this year, man. I might have to, man. I'm a fan of Jaden Hicks, but also you brought up Brian Cook, man. Last year was a
rough one.
It was bad. And I'm a fan. I was a fan of his rookie year too, and then he got hurt. So I'm hoping that this year is a bounce back season for him. But yeah, for him and Brian Cook and Jaden Hicks out there, I think they gonna give people some issues, man. So
when you look at it, I feel like when I look at the unit, I'm observing it, I feel comfortable. I haven't really said too much about the secondary. Now I know we got your Joshua Williams and Nazi Johnson, but
we brought Mike Edwards back too.
But we got Mike Edwards too, another vet. It's like you have a lot of combinations that you can work with, where the weaker links, if healthy, we'd be fine. Like you always planning for a healthy season. Last year was just like a culmination of everything, just like kind of collapsing, not working out. And to be honest as well too, your offense not helping you out as well. Get off the field pretty quickly, not putting up that many points. It was tough. So hopefully with of course replenishing what we have, building on what we already know could have been successful, and hopefully we have a better process of making sure these guys is okay. He'll be all right. He'll be all right. We put up points. We actually separate ourselves from teams ahead of time. That's going to build his confidence, because now all I got to do is just make the plays, make the tackles, keep them from going into the end zone, forcing field goals. Just getting key stops that matter. We'll be all right.
I'm anxious to see the rookie though. I'm anxious to see Noah Williams. That's what I'm anxious to see. Man.
What do you say to the corner? Was he more a cornerback?
He's
a corner. Oh, so yeah, we talking about he could insert himself in pretty early. Where we're not worried about one of those guys I just mentioned, taking away his stats if he, of course, playing at that level. So it's a lot that can happen. But yeah, that's why I got as my breakout player, Jaden Hicks. I think he can, go ahead and of course showcase his skill set a little bit more, especially with Justin Reed not being with the team no more. And he's able to, of course, fight for that position, earn the spot. I know it's not given right now, but that's who we projecting it to be. So of course, if he's able to win that out, we wish him the best of luck. And I think he can, meet those expectations. Not asking for defensive year. It's hard for the secondary, but gotta be defensive year. Just play wins. We wins. Think what Andy Reid say. Think red. Think think championships.
Yeah.
Who he text that? Yeah.
So I forgot he told one of them free agents that. When you see red pick championships, I know.
Yeah.
So,
I think Drew, something like that. Somebody like that, Drew Tranquil. So, come in with that mindset. It'll be a successful season for you. So I do wish all the guys the best that we, of course, projected to have a breakout season this year. We're just hoping for a successful year this year. Getting back to the mountaintop. Showing that, that we just wanted y'all to get a chance this year. Now we're gonna complete the 3-peat this time just to shut y'all up and make y'all mad. That's what we're gonna do this time. This is gonna have fun. Now we're just gonna make y'all mad. But anything y'all want to say before we go ahead and close out this edition of Gridiron Gambit? It was a fun one. Had some great conversations tonight.
Nothing for me. Shout out to the boys. I know they started OTA. Shout out y'all. Let's go.
Yep, first days of the day.
First day was the day, man. Pat walking in there, man. They said he was looking tired, man. A lot of people said he was looking husky. I said, man, I think that's my guy's clothes, man.
It's a swag.
It's a swag, man. He ready to go though, man.
Early morning too, bro. Like everybody just not just always a morning person
ain't
like that.
Chipper, bro. Ain't nobody,
Like I'm getting up for work. This is work still. I know this football to y'all. This is work still for me. Like
it was the first day. So
let me get back acclimated to the system. But first days of OTA. So we'll of course be keeping that coverage. Also, please tap in with us this Friday as well too. I think we're going to be having a Friday morning edition with Cleveland and Jordan. So that's going to be a good one to watch. So your morning drive to work, you at work and you just have your headphones in and want to listen to something while you get your tasks done, go ahead and tap in with Red Kingdom Media with Jordan and Clinton this upcoming Friday. But that's all we have for this episode of Gridiron Gambit. We definitely appreciate everyone who, of course, supports us. Please make sure to subscribe to our channel and also like, comment, and share this video as well, too. Also, follow us on all our social media platforms at Red Kingdom Media. As we like to close it out, we always have a good time with this. You already know what it is, fellas. As always, go Chiefs.
Thanks for checking out this update straight from the heart of Chiefs Kingdom. We appreciate your passion, so please leave a like and follow us wherever you tune in from. See you next tailgate, your trusted source for all things Chiefs, Red Kingdom Media.